Inventions by ancient Egyptians. Most people think that ancient Egypt is all about the pyramids and mummies. But did you know that ancient Egyptians invented many things that we still use today? Let's look at some of their inventions. No. 1. Papyrus. Modern paper was invented in China around 100 AD. But did you know that ancient Egyptians invented a type of paper 3,000 years before that? They made it from the papyrus plant, which grew along the Nile River. The plant stem is soft and squishy, but when you split it open, it has a fibrous material inside that looks like hemp. Egyptians sliced the stems into thin strips and laid them out to dry in the sun. Once they were dry, they took 2 sheets of papyrus, put them together and pressed them with a heavy object to make them stick. Voila, papyrus. It wasn't as good as paper made from hemp, linen, or cotton, but it was good enough for writing notes and doing math problems. And it was much cheaper to make than other kinds of paper. Papyrus was so popular that people even made scrolls out of it, kind of like ancient Egyptian toilet paper. Number 2, shadoof. One of the biggest problems for ancient farmers was watering their crops. Without electricity, they couldn't use irrigation systems to water their fields. So instead, they used a simple device called a shadoof. It looked like a giant lever with a bucket on one end. A farmer would grab the other end of the lever and swing it up and down like a seesaw. This pulled water out of a well or river and helped the farmer water his crops. Some historians believe that the shadoof was invented during the 4th dynasty, while others say it was much older. Either way, it helped ancient Egyptians grow crops and feed their families. Number 3, calendar. Ancient Egyptians invented the first solar calendar. They divided the year into 12 months, each month containing 3 weeks. Each day was 3 hours long, making a total of 365 days in a year. This was very accurate, since the actual number of days in a year is 365.2422. Although ancient Egyptians were off by 0.2422 days, they were still the first civilization to have such an accurate calendar. They used it to keep track of the flooding of the Nile River and the planting and harvesting of crops. Their calendar was so accurate that it's still used today as the basis for the Gregorian calendar. Number 4, toothpaste. Believe it or not, ancient Egyptians invented toothpaste over 5,000 years ago. In those days, there weren't any plastic tubes or fancy flavors. The Egyptians made their toothpaste from ground-up animal bones, flowers, and herbs. They used it to clean their teeth and prevent gum disease. You may be wondering how they made this stuff taste good. Well, they didn't. The toothpaste tasted terrible, but it got the job done. Even today, scientists are finding chemicals in ancient Egyptian toothpaste that help fight plaque and decay. Number 5, cosmetics. Ancient Egyptians loved to experiment with different looks. Women wore makeup to protect their skin from the sun and to make themselves more attractive. They also used cosmetics to cover up blemishes and scars. They invented many different types of makeup, including eyeliner, lipstick, and eyeshadow. And they weren't afraid to experiment with bold colors. The ancient Egyptians believed that looking good could help you live longer. Maybe that's why they invented the first anti-aging cream. Number 6, saw. Ancient Egyptians used saws to cut stone and wood. They invented many different types of saws, including a bow saw and a pit saw. To make a bow saw, they took a piece of wood and cut it into a curved shape. Then they tied the ends of the wood together with a rope. This created a loop that looked like a bow. Next, they took a sharp piece of metal and ran it through the loop. As they pulled the metal back and forth, it cut through wood like butter. The pit saw was used for cutting stone. It looked like a big metal plate with a handle. The Egyptians would put the saw in a hole they had dug into the stone and pull it back and forth until the stone broke apart. So there you have it, 6 inventions by ancient Egyptians. What do you think of these inventions? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this. See you next time.